The best and the most solid way of building mindfulness is do it over short periods, like one day at a time. It's the art of training the mind to retain that state of awareness at all times. So I could build mindfulness, for example, there is a billion-dollar question. If you ask this question, it will straight away infuse mindfulness in you. Immediately, without effort. And the question is, what am I doing right now? As soon as you ask this question, what am I doing right now? You will know, oh, I'm sitting, I'm talking, I'm hearing. You come back to the present moment. Mindfulness is living in the present moment. If you don't ask yourself this question, mind is everywhere. But as soon as you ask this question, what am I doing right now? I'm brushing my teeth, I'm taking a shower, I'm eating my meal, I'm drinking water, I'm talking, I'm walking, I'm sleeping. It immediately builds mindfulness because it drags you back to the present moment right away. It's a very powerful thing. Try it any day. When you are down, when you are like feeling fizzled out or flustered, ask yourself, what am I doing right now? The first thing they'll say, oh, I'm sitting, or I'm lying down, or I'm reading. And keep asking, what am I doing right now? What am I doing right now? Do it even for a minute, and your mind will come back to where it is. That's one way. The second way, which is complementary to this method, is you say, today I am going to do this. For example, I'm going to not get angry. And then you might have a trigger, something in your pocket or something you're wearing that will remind you that today I have promised I won't get angry. So when anything untoward happens or when anything triggers that anger, you remind yourself, oh, I've promised I'm not going to get angry today. I'm not promising about tomorrow, only today, 24 hours I've decided, today I won't get angry. Today I won't smoke, today I won't drink, today I won't do this. That's why fasting sometimes can build your mindfulness and your strength, inner strength. The third is pick any one activity and say, for the next 7 days, when I'm brushing my teeth, I'm only going to look at myself in the mirror, and I'm going to feel each and every stroke. Now, you may forget the very first day. You may start to brush, and the minute 2, minute 3, you've forgotten, and you're thinking, I have to make this important phone call. Let me just get over and done and make that call. But when you will remind yourself, oh, I'm supposed to move, you could even scribble it on the mirror. I'm supposed to be mindful. Something needs to remind you initially. Just like a child, when you first learn how to ride a bike, you have these supporting wheels so you don't fall. But once you are trained, then you remove those wheels and you can just go on 2 wheels. Similarly, initially something needs to protect you, control you, remind you. Once you build this practice, then it will come effortlessly. And there's a story I've used earlier as well. Buddha was walking with Ananda, and he was giving a sermon as they were walking. A little while later, a fly came and sat on Buddha's face. And while he was talking, Buddha just did like that and kept talking and kept walking. A few moments later, he stopped and he did that gesture again to shoo away the fly. And Ananda said, Tathagat, I didn't understand, O sage. Why this gesture? There was no fly. He said, yes, last time I did it without consciousness. I did it without mindfulness. It was such a reactive gesture, a reflex action. Then a fly came, I was talking, and I just did like that. And then I realized, what did I do? I moved my hand without realizing I was moving my hand. That's the degree of mindfulness you get to eventually, on your own. It's not something you have to consciously build. It's something you work towards consciously, and it's the outcome. And Buddha said, now I've done this to remind myself that I don't even move my hand, my fingers, without being aware that I'm doing this. Change always comes in tiny, immeasurable units. And they all combine together and becomes a big change. If you don't like the person you are for any reason whatsoever and you want to change yourself, just list 3 or 4 habits you want to change them, and you will turn out to be the person you want to be. If I'm going to give myself this ridiculous goal, I want to be like this, I have to start somewhere. One small step. And I have to keep taking that one small step. I remember when I used to sit for 10 hours, 12 hours, or 14 hours or more for my meditation, there were days I would get extremely tired just after the first hour. And I would say, oh my God, still 9 hours to go. But I had made a commitment, I'm going to sit 10 hours no matter what. If I used to tell myself, even if I get up now and I stop meditating, time will continue to tick. And 10 hours later, I would think, 10 hours have gone and I didn't meditate. So no matter what I'm doing, time will still pass anyway. Why don't I just stick to meditation? And it always worked with me. This method always worked. I said, time will continue to pass anyway. I'm here to meditate. Nature's given me every single opportunity to meditate. I'm in the woods, I'm alone, and I have the chance to meditate. I don't have to go make a phone call. I don't have to reply to an email. I don't have to punch my time card anywhere. What more do I want? What excuse do I have? And my mind would go quiet because there was no excuse. So a lot of the times it's not that people can't change. It's that people don't change. They will tell you, this is how I am, and this is who I am, this is what I am. You hear all those arguments. It's because they don't want to change. They're being stubborn. It's not that they can't change. The same people do change when they want to change. I met this guy and he said, I'm really sick and tired of my anger, he said. And he said, I can't control it. And he used to get angry at his parents. I said, you and I both know that what you're talking makes no sense to me. You are simply putting up a wall of an excuse. I said, do you work? He said, yes. I said, have you ever shouted at your boss? He said, no. I said, have you ever disagreed? He said, yes. And you didn't shout? Why not? Clearly, it's not a problem with control. You know where to control it. You are unloading your anger because your parents are listening to it. It's not a control problem, I said. It's what you have developed as your coping mechanism now. Whenever you're in conflict with anybody with whom you have your way, you get angry. When you're in conflict, your mind says, get the same emotion out. Everything will be okay. They will go quiet. Let's shut them up. And you start shouting. It's not anger, it's a choice. It's not a habit, it's a choice you're making. And now it's become your second nature because you have made the same choice repeatedly for way too long. And now this is the only way your mind knows to resolve conflict. I've seen it a million times, like countless times with so many people. When they disagree, they don't want to get angry, but they don't know how to express themselves. So often it happens, they would start shouting and they don't know how to just say, look, I'm sorry, I don't want to do this. A lot of the times people get angry when they're defensive because they don't know how to say it in a non-violent way. And I think half of this can be overcome with mindfulness, the rest with compassion. If before getting angry, you just ask yourself, if you retain your sanity at that time, that is, which requires mindfulness again, what am I about to say? And is this what I want to say? Suddenly your mind will take a step back. Because there is something really amazing you should know about mind. It can reject instructions, but it cannot reject questions. Mind is designed to answer questions. As soon as you say, I can't do it, mind will say, okay, fine, you can't do it. But if you say, how can I do it? Immediately it will go into the thinking mode. So when you are angry or upset or not yourself, you say, how can I come out of this? What do I need? As soon as you ask question, mind will find a way, a solution for it.